We're now going to learn about the structure of the endocrine system. What features does it have and what do they look like? So you should be able to, at the end of this video, describe the structure of the endocrine system and in particular explain how the hypothalamus and the pituitary glands link the two sensing systems together, the nervous and the endocrine system. So here's the overview of the endocrine system. We don't need to memorize all the different glands, but you'd know about a lot of them already. So really simply, the endocrine system is made of a whole lot of isolated glands. We learnt before that glands are the organs that release the hormone. So each gland produces one or more hormones, and remember that they carry messages to other organs. And in particular, they go and attach to target cells. And then those specific target cells, they cause the response to happen. So the key thing with the endocrine system, it's a bit unusual. It's not like the digestive system or the respiratory system where all the organs are connected, but the glands are pretty much isolated all throughout the body. They're not connected, but remember, they communicate with each other using hormones. So they're connected essentially by the bloodstream. Endocrine glands can still send hormones to each other, and they're going to do that using veins and arteries. So the circulatory system, like we mentioned earlier, helps connect the endocrine system. So you would have heard of quite a few of these glands already. The testes in males and the ovaries in females are the reproductive organs. The adrenal glands help to produce adrenaline. The pancreas produces insulin and glucagon, which help control our blood sugar level. The thyroid is a really important gland. People often have thyroid cancer as well, which is a common cancer, and luckily it can be treated quite easily. The thymus is another important organ, and the placenta in biological females during pregnancy also releases hormones and is part of the endocrine system. Probably the most important two are the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland at the top here. So you don't need to memorize all the others, but these two are really important, and we'll look at them in a bit more detail. So the reason they're so important, the hypothalamus and pituitary, is because they control the whole endocrine system. So if we look at the structure of the brain, you would have learnt the main other areas and structures. In particular, we've got the cerebral cortex around the outside. And just under the midbrain, or under the limbic system, you can find these two tiny little organs. So the hypothalamus is a little bit larger, and the pituitary gland sort of sticks down towards the front. And these two help to communicate between the nervous system and the endocrine system to help maintain that balance in our body, to help maintain homeostasis. So the hypothalamus is in the lower brain. It links the nervous and endocrine systems together, and then when the hypothalamus receives a message from the brain, it sends the message to the pituitary gland, and then the pituitary gland sends a whole lot of hormones through the bloodstream, which go to other glands, and then that controls other glands, and then they release more hormones ready to change some responses in our body and cause some responses in our body. Not every endocrine gland is controlled by the pituitary gland, but these two are the main control centers, we can say. Some glands just receive messages and release hormones, and they basically work individually on their own. All right, so you should be able to do these two things, describe the structure of the endocrine system and explain how the hypothalamus and pituitary glands link the two body systems together.